All right, let's cover a couple more things that we can do in WordPress. How about adding a video? Super easy in this program. We just want to get into the back end of the website. In this case, I just hit the edit button in the page, but either way, we just want to get into editing the page. And then all you have to do is find a video from YouTube that you want to embed, and you don't even have to do anything special. Just make sure you're on the page where the video is being displayed and copy the URL. Doing a Command C. Going to go back into the edit for this particular page. Command V, paste that in there. I'm in visual and it immediately populates. If we look at the HTML, again, you just see that it is just the URL that we pasted in there. So that's incredibly easy to do. Let's talk about how to make image rotators. So I have a new page I just added here. So I'll click on edit for this page. And very similar to just adding one image at a time. Just put the cursor where you want the, in this case, images to go. And then in one form or another, you'll see an Add Media button. And actually, I got to cancel out of that because I just noticed my cursor wasn't where I left it. There we go. Okay, so Add Media. And then you just click on the images that you want to put in the gallery. So we can just go ahead and keep selecting. And then you go to continue, and then you're going to set up the type of layout that you want, and you get to see a preview of it. So here's a tiled mosaic, you have individual images, square tiles, so on. You can experiment with these and see which makes the most sense to you. And then just a regular slideshow itself, where that would mean that it comes into the slideshow from the start. I'll just go with these tiled mosaic here, and then we'll click insert, and there you go. And then when you actually look at the page, let's go ahead and update it and then preview it. So this is what it would look like if somebody goes to your page, and then if they happen to click on one of the thumbnails that are there, image comes up. Now I'm not sure why this has the white around it, but that's definitely something you'd want to fix if that was your portfolio site. But the interesting thing here is it brings us into a slideshow. So if you chose that slideshow option, that's what it would have brought you into right away. To get out of the slideshow, you'll see an X, but also the escape key will do the same thing. And then if you need to edit the slideshow, just click edit again, go into the page, click over the top, you get the pencil here, and then you can make the basic changes that we talked about before. You can also click on edit from inside of here and shuffle the pages around. Click on the X to get rid of one, and then it's just simply a matter of clicking to update again. Let's go back and view the site. Oh, I thought I updated that. Oh no, it occurs to me I saved it inside of there, but not the page itself. So that makes sense. Okay, so now go take a look at the page. Click there. And when it comes to the blogs get a category. And if you want to go even more advanced, you can also put a tag on your blog. So if you plan on becoming like a pro blogger, do a little bit more research on category and tags. But I want to tell you about category, spend a little bit of time on this. It's generally considered a little bit on the unprofessional side to have uncategorized show up, right? It kind of shows you haven't really committed to the process here. So why not take the time to categorize your blogs? Even if you just have one category, don't make it uncategorized. So let's talk about how you change that. So you want to get back to the dashboard. You want to go into Actually, when you just hit the edit button, sometimes the choices here aren't as extensive as when you do actually go up here and put in the admin. So this is what I want to go to, and here we're going to go post, and we're going to go to categories. And then add new category. Now here's where, if you are a heavy-duty blogger, you want to come up with different categories for your blog. If you're not, and you just want a blog that constantly reads, you could just come up with a category like news, say a very generic. But if you had a site, for example, that was getting people to chat about graphic design work that you post, you might have categories that say like package design, logos, menus, you know, all the posters, all the different things that you would design as a designer. But if it's just recent news about your product and you just don't want it to look unprofessional, then just simply coming up with a name like news is great. Even instead of news, updates, blog, blogs, whatever, are all better than uncategorized. And make sure that you click here to add the new category. And then what we want to do is make so that when we create a blog and we're not even thinking about adding a category to it, it doesn't apply the default of uncategorized. So the way we change that is we go into settings, writing, default post category, use this little drop down and select news. And that fixes anything that we do in the future, but now we need to go to the posts that we've already done and get those away from uncategorized. So we'll go into all posts. You can use the quick editor in here. So if we just hover over these, we see we get the quick edit, and then change the category to news, uncheck, uncategorized, and update. We'll do that for the other two pages as well. Going into check, uncheck, update, one more page to go. Okay, and I've changed them all. And then the last step that we can do is just get rid of uncategorized forever. But we would not want to do this step until we did the previous two steps of coming up with a new category and applying that category to any old stuff. But now we should be able to just go into posts, categories, and then we'll take uncategorized and we will edit it, and we will, let's see, there maybe I could just change the name to something else, but let me see, there's got to be a way just to get rid of it. I figured out what's wrong here. You see how there's a check mark next to news, and if I had a whole bunch of other ones, they would all have a check mark next to them that I could check and then apply an action here, which the only one really is delete. It's not showing up under uncategorized because it's our default setting. Now if you're thinking, wait, in a previous step we changed that, but did we? Okay, so I made this mistake for your benefit so that you won't have to make the same ones. Remember, whenever you change something, always look on the menu and see if there's an option to save your changes. Like 90% of the time, most things that you do in this program, you do have to save. So if we go into settings, writing, you'll see that default post category is still uncategorized. Even though we went in here before, changed it to a new category, what I missed was click Save Changes. Now, if we go to posts, categories, you can see that news is the default, so it no longer has a box next to it. Uncategorized, we can put that check mark next to there, go to bulk actions and delete. And then we just, once that's changed to delete, we just click on apply, and we're down to just the category or categories that we made. And just in case it's not clear, the reason that you would make categories is that people can then look up things by category. So in the example I gave earlier where I said it's a graphic design blogging post where you get people talking about different designs that you post, maybe some viewers are only interested in looking at logos. So then when they are in your site, they would look for that topic under your categories widget, and then when they clicked on say logos, then only posts that had to do with logos would come up. So it's a filtering system. And again, tags is another good one. I think it's a little bit beyond the scope of what we need to cover on blogging in this class, but feel free to investigate that one.